Today we will tell the story of a little man and his friend from the forest. Together they embark on a quiet journey filled with kindness, trust, and unexpected lessons. Through their experiences, the story gently reminds us that true worth lies within, and that judging others by appearances often blinds us to the beauty of their hearts. He is Jack, a lonely boy from a small town. He is cheerful, kind, and deeply empathetic with everyone he meets, always willing to listen and help. Despite his warm heart, he struggles to make friends as he moved to the town only recently. Feeling like an outsider, Jack spends his days observing others, hoping that one day he will truly belong and be accepted for who he is. He comes from a very small family. As an only child, he never knew what it was like to have a friend similar to the bond between siblings. The closest people to true friendship in his life are his parents, his father, a firm, strong, and hard-working man, and his mother, a loving and supportive woman who enjoys caring for and spoiling her son, helping him forget the worries of everyday life. Recently, only weeks after they moved, Jack begins to be constantly visited by something he cannot explain. A terrifying creature appears, tall and unsettling, with eyes that seem to pierce the soul and a twisted, unnatural smile. Every night, Jack feels its presence lingering near his room, silent but watchful. Fear slowly takes hold of him, and he now avoids looking out the window at night, terrified of meeting its gaze in the darkness. One night, the creature finally spoke to him. Its voice was hoarse, deep, and unnatural, nothing like that of a human, and hearing it made Jack's heart race with fear. The monster explained that it came from the deepest part of the forest, a dark and ancient place far from the town. From time to time, it wandered out in search of new friends, hoping to play, talk, or share simple activities, even though its appearance often scared everyone away. Jack tried to tell everyone. He told his father, "It is a huge, tall creature," but his father, logical and thoughtful, listened with doubt and disbelief. He told his mother, "It has a giant mouth, and it could eat me in one bite." She gently comforted him, saying it was not real. At school, he told his classmates, "Its eyes are dark and piercing," but they only saw him as strange. Now he felt more alone than ever. Something tormented him, and the only people he could call friends seemed not to take him seriously. He had never felt such loneliness before. It was like darkness in broad daylight. Even with the sun above him, the shadows of fear and isolation blocked its warmth. No matter how strong the light was, it could not reach him. Jack felt truly alone and abandoned. But one morning, he finally stood firm. He remembered the words of his old and wise father. The best way to overcome a fear is to face it. Those words echoed in his mind and gave him strength. With a brave heart, he made a decision. That night, when the monster returned to visit him, Jack would speak without trembling. He would tell it the truth, express everything he had kept inside, and let it know that fear no longer controlled him. So as night fell, just as expected, the monster arrived. Almost immediately, Jack spoke with a steady voice and said, "I am no longer afraid of you, so you can stop coming every night. You will not get a single scream from me, no matter how hard you try. All you will do is frustrate yourself." His words were firm, filled with courage he did not know he had. The monster confessed the truth. It said it was sad, angry, and deeply frustrated by its loneliness. For years, it had no friends. Everyone fled at the sight of its appearance. It never chose to be this way, never asked for this form. How am I supposed to talk to people? It wondered. Jack saw himself reflected in the creature, felt compassion and empathy, and from that moment on, he decided to be its friend. And from that moment on, every night, Jack went to visit him. They laughed, talked, and played together. At last, they both had a friend, one they had long waited for after so many years of loneliness. Jack's parents would pass by his room and hear him talking. They simply assumed it was the age of imaginary friends. One night, his friend invited him to visit his home in the forest. He said they could have more natural fun there, running between the trees, jumping over branches, and playing hide and seek. He spoke with excitement, sharing his joy with Jack, truly happy to finally have a friend. Jack expressed some discomfort with the idea. He did not like the thought of sneaking out at night. He feared being discovered and punished. The darkness outside his home made his stomach twist with worry. But his friend gently insisted, promising they would not be gone long and begging him to come, saying he had waited for this moment for so long. "You can't leave me alone now," he said sadly. Feeling pity, Jack accepts. He tells himself it will only be for a short while, that they will have fun and return before midnight, giving him enough time to sleep and rest for the next day. And so Jack and his friend headed into the forest, climbing out through his bedroom window and walking across the cold grass beneath their feet. The night was silent, broken only by the crunch of leaves with each step, and it was there that his friend began to